everyone. So today's video, we are going to be putting this foundation to the test. You have probably seen this everywhere, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Everybody's talking about this foundation right now. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. So the but the theory behind this is that this is so full coverage and so long wearing that you do not need to use a concealer with it. You can just use it as a one step. And I have the color Golden Toffee. This is a drugstore foundation. I could not find this in the drugstore. First of all, they don't have many colors, many shades, which is a big negative. This is the deepest color they have, another big negative. And I couldn't find it. The darkest shade that I could find was tan. Let me know if you can find this in your drugstore. I actually had to order this on Amazon. I paid 15 bucks for it. I know it's more affordable in the drugstore, but I couldn't find it. This is the darkest color they have, and no one had it in stock. So I wanted to put this to the test. So what I'm going to do is a first impression. So if you've never seen a first impressions, what you do is you put the product on and you wear it throughout the day, and you check in throughout the day to see how the product wears. I really love filming these for myself and for you guys because one, it tells us, you know, does the product really live up to the claim that it's long wearing, that it covers up everything, that it's full coverage, and will it hold up throughout the day? So that is the test. I've done this many times. I've done it with Dior foundation, with e.l.f. Cosmetics. I'll link my playlist of all my first impressions videos, and I really leave this stuff on long time for you guys. Like long time. I think the last time I did Revlon Color Stay, I had it on for 13 hours. So I'm going to try to leave this stuff on as long as I can. I have very oily skin, so this will be a good test. It has a pump, which is really nice, so that's a positive. Most drugstore foundations do not have a pump. It's supposed to be long wearing, lightweight, oil-free, medium to full coverage, and sweat-proof. So I'm really putting this to the test because I'm moving today. So we're going to see if this is sweat-proof, and I'll go to the gym with it on. I will wear this as long as I can for you guys. So let's see. The time is currently 8:51. So we're going to go back in time, and I'm going to show you me putting the foundation on, and I'll tell you how it feels, how it smells, and then I'll check in with you throughout the day. So let's go back in time. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to do half of my face with primer and half without. I'm going to use the Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector on, let's do it on this half of the face. I just like to see how the foundation wears with primer and without. Because I'm super oily, usually it doesn't matter. It usually just prolongs the foundation wear for me, but no matter what, by the end of the day, I'm usually super oily. So this stuff really does help my makeup last a lot longer. And it's very silicone based, so if you don't like that, you may not like this. It feels very silicone-y, very kind of like slimy, but it really does work, and it really does help to keep your makeup on a lot longer. So if you have oily skin, highly recommend it. If you have dry or even normal skin, stay the hell away from it because it's just gonna make you feel so dry and like cracked, and it's just not good. You have to be very oily, or at least moderately oily to use that. It will not feel good. So I'm just gonna put that on this side of the face. It does have a pump, which is rare for drugstore, which is nice. I'm just hoping it matches my skin tone, because this is the darkest shade. Come on. Oh, it looks like it might actually work. It is very thick. Very thick. That stuff's not going anywhere, which is good. It's very orange, which is kind of scary. Very orange tone, but we'll see. I love a good full foundation, full coverage. I'm going to use one of my favorite foundation brushes. This is my Real Techniques foundation brush. Highly recommend it. It's like under 10 bucks. I've had this for almost a year, and it's so sturdy, very dense. I love it. I'll link it down below. Definitely check it out. So I'm just going to dab it on the brush and press it into the skin, and let's see how this color goes. Actually, this will be perfect for summer because this is the shade that I get. Wow, I'm actually shocked that this color matches. So remember, this is the side with the primer. It feels pretty good. Has no smell at all. I am stuffed up though. So maybe it does have a smell. I have really bad allergies, so maybe it does have a smell, but I can't smell anything. Not right now. I like how thick it is and how full coverage it is. All right, so I've got it all on. So this is the side, remember, with the primer. This is the side without. It's interesting because it's really thick. Like when you put it on your hand, it feels thick. It doesn't move. It's not runny at all, but it feels light. Like it doesn't even really feel like I have foundation on, which is interesting because usually full coverage foundations, you do feel like there's a layer of something on your skin. So interesting. So let's see what time it is. It's currently 7:48. Can you see that? No. No, you can't. All you can see is my dog. Anyways, it's 7:48 a.m. I'm going to be moving today, so we'll see how this will hold up. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup, and I'll check back with you before I start my day. Alright guys, so I've changed my hair, my shirt, I've changed everything because I'm moving, but let's see, let me get in the light. I'm trying to find light. I'm out running errands, and I have to say I'm starting to get really oily. Let me see. I'm trying to find light. Can you see better? Oh, this is good. So I'm out running errands, but I don't know if you can see, but like I'm starting to get really oily on the nose area. So I don't know, that started happening at like hour 3. We're at hour 4 right now. So I'll check in when I get better lighting, but I don't know, I'm getting really oily, but the coverage is still there, so that's good. So I'll check in again later. Alright guys, so the time is now, not that you can see that, but the time is now 6:40 p.m. So I have officially had this on for 10 hours. So you can probably tell I'm very oily everywhere. I'm less shiny on the side. Remember, this is the side I put the primer on. I'm less shiny on this side, but my T-zone is an oily mess. I think that started like around hour 3, like I told you in the last check-in. But even though I'm really oily, the coverage is still really good, because I know that some people that are oily that use this foundation say that it broke off, like it started patching up, but I don't have that problem. I still have good coverage. Now, it is coming off here, but that is because I did take a nap and I saw like some of it come off on my pillow. But I think if I hadn't done that, like if I would have just laid face up, I think it still would have been there, because everywhere else it is still on, but I am shiny. But granted, I have had it on for 10 hours, but I started getting really oily around hour 3. So far, I really like the coverage. It's just, I don't know if this is the best for oily skin, because I am really shiny right now. So I'm still going to put this to the test. I've been moving, I've been packing, I've been sweating. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to leave this on because remember, it says that it's sweat proof, so I'm putting it to the test. But honestly, I think it's holding up really well considering all the things I've done. I've been running around, I ran errands, I'm going to go to the gym. So I'm going to keep this on until the end of the evening. So we're at hour 10. I'm going to keep going. So I'll check in with you when I get back. Alright guys, so I have officially had this on. Let's see, it's 10:30 p.m. So I've had this on for 14 hours. So I think I can give you a pretty good assessment of how it wears. Sorry if you can hear my dog. He's kind of sick. He's having allergies. I have to take him to the vet, so he's doing like this weird grunting sound. But anyways, remember when I did the check-in, I was saying, oh, I'm so oily, I'm so oily. Okay, so I did get super oily by hour 3. My oil just came through, especially in the T-zone all here. But the cheeks and the lower, the chin area and the lower collarbone, not collarbone, this area right here, jawbone, was totally fine. Like the coverage was still there, and it actually is still there even now after 14 hours, especially like from under the eyes all the way down to here. It's still there. It's only missing from the jawline because I took a nap and I tried to sleep, you know, like on my neck, but I just was passed out because I've been moving. I have put this through the ringer. I've been moving today, so I've been packing, I've been sweating. I just went to the gym, burned like 700 calories, and this makeup is still on. Okay, so granted, I'm oily, but it's still on. I just cannot believe it. I actually really like it. if you are dry or normal, or even if you're just slightly oily, I think this is beautiful, especially if you love full coverage foundations. Now this is very full coverage. If you don't like full coverage, you may not like this. When you first put it on, it really is lightweight, but as the day progresses, especially if you're oily, it starts to feel like I can't wait to take it off. You start to feel like you have a lot of makeup on, if that makes sense, because your oil's coming through and it's settling into your pores. So that's something to consider. But if you're normal or dry or even just a little oily, I highly recommend this. Now, if you're super oily like I am, I still recommend it because I love full coverage foundations, and this stuff is still on my face after 14 hours. But just know you're not going to be matte for very long. But that's just part of being a super oily girl. No matter what foundation I use, no matter what primer I use, within a couple hours, I'm going to be oily. That's just how my body chemistry works and my face. But usually, if I'm really oily, the true test for me is the foundation still on? Even though my oil's coming through, like, has it broken up? Is it patchy? Are my blemishes coming through? With this stuff, it's still on. So I really like this. To me, it's worth it. And remember, I didn't powder and I didn't blot all day. So if I would have done one of those or both of those, this stuff would be awesome. So I like it. Thumbs up from me. Just be aware if you're oily, you're going to have to do maybe some blotting, some powdering, but normal, dry, or somewhat oily girls or boys, this stuff is awesome. I'm going to keep using it. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. I'll give you more updates there. So hopefully you enjoyed. I always love doing these. I'll link my playlist of all my first impressions below. I just love doing it because you guys get to see how the product wears and I get to find out how great it is or not. So hope you enjoyed. I'm about to wash this stuff off because 14 hours is a long time to have makeup on. Hit the sack because the movers are coming early in the morning. So hope you enjoyed, and the next video will be my April favorites. So stay tuned for that. Bye.